I see these ads, always want to try them, but I wonder to myself, is HelloFresh worth it?
Specs, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Let's cut to the chase, because I'm tired of reviews with filler. It depends. It depends on the person. I just said I was trying to cut the fluff, and then I was gonna go on and on and on with nonsense. So you're gonna get all these new foods coming in. You never thought you could cook all this. It's gonna build your confidence in the kitchen, and you're gonna have a really good time. The only problem is that it's expensive for what you're getting, right? About $12 per serving, which means each one of those meals there is anywhere from $24 to $25. If you were going to the grocery store, you'd save some money, right? So I do recommend you give it a shot because it is a blast and the food is delicious, but man, I can't afford to do that every day, every week. You know what I mean? With that out the way, let's take a look at what we got. So I do the 3 meals for 2 people a week, and this is what a box typically looks like. You'll see that we've got our cards here. Tore this one with my keys. Don't at me. The little tape will fix it. Our chicken in Dijon sauce with balsamic greens. You'll see that we've got all the instructions for everything on the back. Then we've got our creamy dill pork tenderloins for the win. They got couscous and green beans. Again, all the instructions on the back. And then they've got these little inserts they throw in every time. You can give a free box, which is basically just signing somebody up for a free trial. And then they throw in a bunch of their coupons for nonsense that I don't want. So if we go and open this thing up, you can see how much insulation is actually in here. I actually left this thing outside for like 8 hours and it was still straight. Everything is always fresh and it's always cold. We've got our chicken and Dijon sauce here. They wrap each individual meal in its own paper bag and it's got everything in it except for the meat itself, which is at the bottom. We'll see that in just a second. And supposedly this is supposed to be less waste than going to the grocery store, but I think that's cap. I mean, look at all these boxes and everything else. I don't think so. They're just, I mean, look at that little insert for no reason. We've got a giant ice pack here. There's 2 in total. One's on the bottom. We got this guy. I mean, you're supposed to be able to cut that open and it's non-toxic and you can drain it and recycle it. Seems like a ton of work. Then we've got our meat right here. Everything is vacuum sealed. And again, even the ingredients, everything's pretty fresh. Except for the garlic in this box, I gotta tell you, which you'll see later in this video. Nah, but that's it for what a typical box looks like. So let's start cooking. We need to adjust rack to middle position and preheat oven to 425. Always do that first. Make your life a little easier. Look at that. It's already done. Fantastic. We gotta dice potatoes into 1/2-inch pieces, place in a medium pot. All right. I don't have a potato masher. I'm sorry. I'm not that bougie. Like, be real. If you get a potato masher, how often are you using that? Not often enough. Alright, so I guess let's take a bite of the mashed potatoes and a bite of the Brussels sprout and a bite of the pork chop.
Damn, so
and a bite of the pan sauce. And I think that's how you're supposed to try these things. That's actually really, really good. I really like the pork chop. I gotta try things individually. Mashed potatoes. I wish I would have reserved more of the cooking water, but we're cool. We're cool. Everything cool. 8 out of 10. So I just finished eating, and maybe I'm just fat. Maybe my metabolism's too heavy, but like, I feel like I'm still hungry. And if you're paying like $12 a serving, you should be full. But I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? That's just night 1 too. You know what I mean? We'll see. This one is supposed to only take me 20 minutes. This is the only garlic I got. They gave me this, and they gave me this. And this is not gonna cut it. I don't know what's happening there. I haven't had any issues with this before, so that's kind of crazy. That's a little wild, right when I'm starting to film something. But look at that. I'm supposed to chop and mince my garlic with that? No, sir. Gonna have to improvise a little bit because that garlic, it honestly didn't even look right. The little bit that they did give. So just a little bit of that for the garlic bread. Not half bad. Garlic bread would have been better with real garlic. Not my favorite. Not my favorite night using HelloFresh. I gotta be honest. I'll give this one 5.5 out of 10. Creamy dill pork tenderloin.
Ugh.
Ugh, what do you mean? It's got the couscous and the green beans.
That's fine, but why is it creamy in the title?
Because it's creamy. It's pretty good. Definitely different.
1 out of 10.
For 1 out of 10, just strictly flavors and how everything goes, I give it a 7. I don't know what it is, but HelloFresh this week hasn't even slapped as nearly as much as it has in the past 3 months. But again, I'm faced with this thing. It's like, it's expensive for what you're getting. It's opening up your horizons and you get to cook more. And like, I would have never made Dijon pork ever. But, you know, it gives me more ideas. And I notice when I'm at the grocery store, I'm more apt to try different things and use some of these skills that I've learned from this. But I won't be continuing to use HelloFresh just because of how expensive it is. I think I'm just going to try to figure it out at the grocery store or try another meal planning kit, which I'll update you more about.
Honestly, you can just look at different recipes and then get the groceries for that recipe. You know what I mean? And I feel
It's
like it would be
true,
cheaper than what you're paying for HelloFresh. But then again, that's extra effort, and you don't know what you're gonna really cook. You gotta kind of look it up.
It's great to try. I definitely recommend that you try it, but I wouldn't stick with it long term.